I bought Chuck E. Cheese
Can't
and
wait.
turned it into Five Nights at Freddy
We
Fazbear's
need to
Pizza.
find we need to find where those lobbies has children running around everywhere so that we can then murder them and stuff them in animatronic suits.
Genius.
We tell them that there's V-Bucks cards in the suits so that they climb in on their own. Work like a charm.
Oh, my bad. Let's not
There's
do
a
that.
$19 Fortnite card on that suit. Weepy! And then
How much text can I put on here?
type out an entire novel.
It was AI. No, thank you.
We're writing our own book
Can we
here.
increase the size? Oh yeah, baby. We're
It's
in
readable!
business. We're in business. All right, so let's start talking about
Cooking with
the
this one.
modern and postmodern Five Nights at Freddy's timeline. Starting with actually, how do I want to start this? Because like, I think was the first game AR or VR. Alex, I need your help. Can you like look it up for me?
Okay, here.
Help me
I
figure
think
out
it was
which
VR,
ones.
but I'll look it up.
I know they released like almost the exact same time. Like they were very
Yeah.
close.
I said release
Which
dare,
one's
but
release.
it says that the release date for AR is 2019, November 25th. So now just and no, that's a spin-off. Where am I supposed to? That's Help Wanted 2. What Help Wanted?
Look at Help Wanted 1.
Yeah, what about that one?
Does nobody like Help Wanted 1? Because like
Man.
Help Wanted 2 is all the rage.
I'm-
Like everybody loves that game.
I'm going to lose my mind. It's only giving results for Help Wanted 2.
What? No, wait. Just look up Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR release date. 1. Type 1 if you have to.
I said 1.
I guess our color option is limited, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start writing down AR
Okay.
for augmented reality.
Oh. It says... I'm not sure how good the sources are, but it says May 28th, 2019, so it was like a couple months before.
So VR came first?
Yeah. If the sources are correct. Imagine they're not.
Alright, but timeline-wise, how do we want to compare the two? Because, like, Vanessa is a character that exists. Don't worry, Cyber, you'll get to know Vanessa very well lately. But basically, all you need to know right now, Cyber, is that all the games that we talked about in the past are just games in the game universe. And this is the actual events of what is happening in the game universe. This is like the actual Five Nights at Freddy's universe. So these are like the true events, and the games are like sort of like fabrications created by an indie game developer hired by Fazbear Entertainment, the real Fazbear Entertainment, to make those games. So, you with us?
Weird stuff. It's important to keep in mind, though, that weird stuff is still happening with the Fazbear Entertainment industry.
Oh yeah, they're still
So-
evil, straight up. Children
Yeah.
still died, straight up. There is still a William Afton, straight up. But like,
Every single book.
yeah, everything's just kind of like a fabrication or exaggeration or whatever you want to use for. Are you actually with us? Because you haven't said anything yet.
I am. I'm right here.
Okay, good. Because I thought you left and we were just talking to nobody this whole time. That would have been so dumb. Would have felt terrible. So when AR, Vanessa begins to learn that, like... Oh, yeah, VR has to happen first, because Vanessa has the glitch trap virus in AR, so Help 1 has to happen first. So the first thing we will do is create a sticky note that says Fazbear Entertainment. hires the game developer to make the original FNAF games. Why did I misspell like 3 of those words? Doesn't matter.
It's
Alright,
close enough.
so this happens. We're gonna... should we start putting dates? Nah, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, actually. I don't even think we have a single confirmed date for the actual story. So, the entirety of modern FNAF does not have a single confirmed date, so it doesn't even matter. We just have to put the events in the right order. Fazbear Entertainment hires an indie game developer to make games about the original FNAF stories that were mostly just tall tales about how children died in their restaurants, because Fazbear Entertainment is trying to discredit the real events that happened there. So the games were made to like kind of make light of the situation, or like kind of
Like it wasn't real.
yeah, make it look like it wasn't real, and it was just like these silly little ghost stories you would tell or something.
Or maybe like a publicity stunt. Who knows?
Yeah, it's an elaborate cover-up. So
Smart.
then they release Five Nights at Freddy's VR, Help Wanted, which is like a virtual experience recreation of the original games. People can play FNAF 1, 2, and 3, and a little bit of FNAF 4, but like with different mechanics and different characters who didn't actually appear in the original FNAF 4. They also could collect coins and secret tapes that were hidden around the game, because the beta tester for Help Wanted, who played before us, before our character, I'm gonna add right here. So, previous beta tester, no way. Place FNAF VR. How do you spell? There we go. So a previous beta tester who plays before us plays the game, but notices that there's this weird entity that isn't supposed to be in the game. And it mostly appeared after they grabbed circuit boards from the real Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics that actually existed, not the ones from the games, but like the real ones. They grabbed those circuit boards and they scanned them into the game so that they could accurately recreate performances from those animatronics without having to code it all themselves or like dig through history to find out how they did it.
Laziness kills.
Right? Right? Well, and that's just business. Cutting corners is just good business. So, with scanning some of those, someone may have scanned the... It's not confirmed, but this is just a theory I love to believe. Somebody grabbed the chip from the original Springtrap, the real William Afton, and just straight up scanned into the game with everyone else. And it ended up creating Glitchtrap, who is like this digital manifestation of William Afton, in a sense. But also technically not, because it's technically actually the Mimic, and we don't have to talk about the Mimic yet.
And
What's Mimic again?
Remnant.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there.
I've already overused that joke in the first video.
I know.
Okay.
Double it, give it to the next
Now,
person.
the previous beta tester gets a Glitchtrap virus. So she kind of like takes the virus and kind of like splits it up into 16 different like cassette tapes that the virus attaches itself to, and they're kind of hidden all over the game. By playing Help Wanted normally, the player might unintentionally discover one of these cassettes, and by playing them in a secret room that the previous beta tester hid in the game, which you can access, you can listen to her tapes, and she tells you that she finds this entity and she's found a way to contain it by splitting it up into the cassettes. Originally, the character describes in the cassettes that you shouldn't be collecting them, as assembling them will kind of give Glitchtrap its full form and make him able to take over your mind. But once you start collecting more and more, she takes this turn. She switches her motives and she's like, hey, collect all these tapes and maybe there's a way you could kill it when it comes in its first form. Do these certain tasks once you do it, when it tries to take over your mind, and you will essentially kill it. Following these instructions will get your mind taken over by Glitchtrap. So you lose.
Oh.
So doing it wrong, you lose. Doing it right, you lose. Assembling all the tapes is a bad idea. Tape Girl lied to you because midway she was possessed by Glitchtrap, and Glitchtrap himself made her say these other things, trying to convince you, gain your trust to reassemble him so he can take over your mind as well. So that's what happens in VR. It's already a lot, I know. So VR, help wanted, that happens. Player who is presumably Vanessa in the games gets taken over, and now she has to struggle with the new Glitchtrap virus that has attached itself to her brain. Alright, so now what happens?
Ugly face.
I know. It's a pleasant experience. Trust me.
I'll take your word.
She likes Daddy Afton in her brain. So it's about this time that FNAF AR rolls around. So basically what AR is it is this mobile game that Fazbear Entertainment created to allow their customers to rent animatronics to be shipped to their location for birthday parties. So they, instead of going to pizzerias and having them there and hosting birthday parties at the pizzeria, the parents could have the parties at their home and just straight up bring in one of the robots. Just order one of the robots online. It'd be shipped to them.
That's a terrible idea.
Right? But they buy into it. They eat it up. They eat it up, man. Like, Fazbear Entertainment makes more money now than they ever did before. Especially with all the freaking, I don't want to talk about it, but they make a lot of skins for the animatronics.
Oh no.
They make Shamrock Freddy. They make Chocolate Bonnie. They make Liberty freaking Chica.
What's wrong with these?
We don't like them.
They're silly.
They're not fun. Radioactive Foxy. Just so dumb. They're just so dumb. Like, these are characters that actually exist in the series. It's so dumb.
What about FNAF World?
FNAF World is great. That one actually belongs in the game timeline, but I didn't get enough time to talk about it, and I certainly didn't get enough freaking prompts to actually talk about it, so we won't worry. Basically, Cyber, what you need to know about FNAF World is that it sets up the events of Happiest Day.
Alright.
So that's how, like, it's like, the spirits are, like, doing these tasks to help set up the events of those mini games I told you about in FNAF 3, where you deliver cakes to the children, and then it assembles Happiest Day, yes, which frees a part of the MCI. So yeah, that's all set up using FNAF World, which is actually really fun. I really love FNAF World, and I want to play it and record it and stream it, because I think it'd be really fun. I love it. So
you know, if you just played a bunch of the FNAF games, I'd watch that.
Yeah, but I'm broke and I can't buy any of them. I only have the free ones. If you're willing to invest, I'll happily take your mom's credit card number.
You take any mom's number.
So FNAF AR, we briefly covered FNAF World, so that's fun. It's in the game timeline, so it's not here, so it doesn't matter. But it's fun. I want to show you FNAF World now. I love it so much. And you can actually get it yourself. It's free. It's really fun.
You sound like me when I'm talking about Twilight Princess.
Okay, for a second, I thought you were talking about the vampire movie. Then you said princess, and I'm like, oh, right.
Why? You've never once heard me talk about Twilight the movie.
You're a girl. You're white. They talk about it, okay? Forgive me if I bought into the stereotype this once.
I've watched it, but...
Did you like
Anyways.
it?
I kind of liked it, but now that I'm a lot older, I watch it again. I'm like, nah.
You just watch it again just to crap on it. Just to point
Sometimes
and laugh how stupid everybody is.
I'd rather spend my time watching One Piece. There's more important things to do.
It's more valuable, isn't it?
Yes, I'm
No,
looking.
else.
No.
Anyways, where was I? Right. FNAF AR augmented reality. So while this is happening, the mobile app and the animatronic delivery service is going on. Vanessa tries to struggle with this glitch trap virus that's taken over her mind. She starts writing emails to her love interest. I forget what his name is because he's such a simp.
Ew.
And she starts sending like these red flags, like, "Hey, I'm actually like in trouble," and he's a nice guy. So he tries to like invite her to join him for coffee, tries to like talk to her about it, and she's like so distant. And meanwhile, she's also looking up how to instill compliance in human subjects on the web.
That's wild.
So the guy who has a crush on her is actually like her IT agent or whatever they're called, but basically he's the guy that spies on her browsing activity. So he sees these and he's like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need to talk about it?" She's closed, she's distanced, and Glitchtrap is just about winning because like every day he gets stronger, and eventually it starts making her into like an entire split personality where she becomes Vanny and then Vanessa. So I'm gonna write closely after this, Birth of Vanny. Why are you so small?
It's a little baby. You said the birth of Vanny.
Well, now that you said birth, I'm thinking about it in the flesh.
No.
Could you?
Why would you
Would you
remind me
ever
of that?
remind me? You reminded me of In the Flesh. That was your fault.
What's in the flesh?
It's the Faster Frights book where the guy gets pregnant with Springtrap and he carves his stomach open and the baby calls him
What?
Daddy.
What?
We talked
Daddy
about this
Apple.
last time! How did you
What?
forget something as important as In the Flesh? But you
You
couldn't.
know his memory span. You can't
But
blame him
he
for
I don't
remembered
know.
with
I
Daddy
probably just
Apple
want
and
you. You don't know. I
Springtrap.
probably just wanted to forget it.
Same, me too, but I can't. I've been feeling a little heavy in the midriff area lately.
Hey, yo.
I might be pregnant with Springtrap. Can we just make? I just want to edit the photo of MatPat and Springtrap and put my face on MatPat.
Nah, that's too far.
I'd be so happy. We'd be so happy.
Getting flashbacks.
Okay, so Vanessa.
I hope they don't make that into one of the graphic novels. Like, they better not make In the Flesh into a graphic novel.
No, I don't think they are. I mean, Scott Cawthon says that he hates the story himself, so
I had to watch. Or, I mean, I had to
He still
read Room for
develops.
one more in book
Oh, there's no
form,
E? No way.
comic form. I don't want to.
No, we're gonna call it bipolar. That's much fun. That's much more fun. So basically, in this bipolar state, Vanny is the one who dons this like handmade rabbit mask that's like kind of like white with brown spots and big beady red eyes, and she is technically like the next William Afton for like half the security breach, or like a quarter, an eighth,
A 100th.
a 16th of security breach. She is the main antagonist, and then she's not for the rest of the series. So I don't know what this is, and I don't know how to get rid of it. There we go. Oh well. That's just gonna stay there now. So AR happens, develops bipolar. So we're gonna put down, with the success of AR, Fazbear Entertainment decides to build the Mega Pizzaplex. On top of the real life FNAF 6 location. So the events of Five Nights 6 are actually real. What is actually real, in the actual, like, the modern FNAF timeline is very, very loose. Like, we know very little of what's actually real about the events. But we can confirm, because the building does exist in Security Breach and in Ruin, FNAF 6 was a real location that a real person went in, lured animatronics in, burned it down, and all of that. So we can
he
also
does
assume,
always come back.
technically not. We'll get there. It's too early for that, Alex! It's too early!
You brought it up first, or was it Cyber that brought it up first?
It
Whoever
was
brought
me.
it up first.
So yeah, the building did exist, it did really burn down, and apparently it also went underneath a sinkhole.
Oh,
Kind of
So,
random.
Entertainment just decides to build, like, just use the land and just build their biggest project yet, the Mega Pizzaplex, on top of this old location. And they, according to the books, they plan on using the location as a museum of sorts. Kind of similar to FNAF 3, they would use it as like a horror-esque place that collected all the memorabilia of the actual events, the places, the real things that actually happened, not just a series of games. So they build a Mega Pizzaplex on top of the Real Life 6 location, and about this time, business thrives, but like, new animatronics are shipped. Those being the Glam Daddies series. We got Glam Daddy Freddy, Glam Daddy Monty, Glam Daddy Bonnie, Glam Mommy Roxy, Glam Mommy Chica.
what?
And apparently Sun and Moon.
You have a problem with this?
I do.
No, you don't.
I have
What?
seen those animatronics. Why are you calling them that?
Why not?
Well, I mean, Roxy's kind of garbage and Chica is lame. The only two actually attractive members of this series is Freddy and Bonnie.
What?
Monty's also, like, absolutely hideous. I hate looking at him.
Honestly, they coulda. Where's Foxy? I don't care if we get a
And they
wolf.
got rid of Foxy. They got rid of Foxy. That's their biggest mistake. They're gonna put in Glamrock Ennard, Glamrock Shadow Bonnie, before they put in Glamrock Foxy.
I like Glamrock Balloon Boy.
I was just about to say that. How dare you read my mind again?
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you to
We're
stay
just
out
on the
of there.
same wavelength.
You do not want to be in there.
You don't want to be there. You don't
Too
want to know
late.
what I have in my hard drive.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
Yeah, true. So the new series of animatronics is here. However, by some means, the glitch trap virus is installed in the Pizzaplex. All machinery follows those traps. Orders. How do you spell machinery? Oh, come on, give me a break.
Give me a big
Don't look at me. I'm failing my
fat
college classes.
break.
So Vanessa also, like, during this time, Vanessa also gets a job as the security guard while still having the bipolar personality disorder Vanny. She uses this bipolar personality disorder Vanny to lure in kids, kind of like what William Matson would do, and we don't know what happens to them, but we do know that children have gone missing in the area.
I mean, they're probably dead.
Probably
I have a
dead,
question.
honestly.
Why does anybody even care about the like? Why does anybody go to the FNAF things?
Why does anyone go to Chuck E. Cheese?
That's a good question, actually.
See, it's
Bowen,
just like a.
hold on, I got a better one. Bowen, why would you want to go to a Five Nights at Freddy's location right now?
Like
to die.
now?
Like, as a long-standing fan who has been with us since the very beginning, what reason would you not want to go to a real-life Freddy's location?
Well, I mean, that's because we're like, if there's actual missing children going on, like, why would families go there?
Nobody knows that anymore. That's all history. And Fazbear Entertainment used the games
It's a cover
to
up
discredit that history. They used it to just reduce it to ghost stories. So now people of the modern day, because like the actual events happened in like the 80s. We're looking at 2030s right now. This game series takes place in like 2030 or something. So this is a whole like 50 years after the event. Nobody cares about 5 missing children anymore after 50 years, Bowen. They're gonna go to Freddy's because it's big, it's shiny, the animatronics are really cool, everybody loves
There's
them,
rides
it's flashy,
and games.
there's pizza, there's candy, there's games, there's Coke, there's
There's rides.
Chica, there's Roxy,
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean.
there's big
No
booty
comment.
robot mommies. Basically, the same reason me and Alex want to go to a real Freddy's location is why the people of this era want to go to.
Because people don't even notice that they're
I
missing
want to
children.
risk
at
my
this
life
point.
in a Fazbear's
At
location
this
for
place
no reason.
in time, yes, people are aware that there are missing children, but nobody knows that they are linked to the Pizzaplex.
Got you.
Because everybody's stupid in this universe. Everybody's
Apparently.
stupid.
It's a horror universe. Everyone has
What
to
do you
be mentally
expect?
deficient.
Like, we're looking at the same people who would pass by a working car and instead hide in the chainsaw shed in a horror movie. Because they are in a horror movie. That's what they would do. Anyways, what happens next? Security breach. Of course, how could I forget? My favorite game in the franchise.
That sounds like
It sounds
sarcasm.
so loving.
I love it so much! It was such a good
It's
game!
so positive.
I take it back. This man's so genuine in his love for this game.
Yeah, it's my favorite part about security breach is when you're walking and then you walk through the wrong doorway and you fall through the map. I love it so much.
My favorite is when, like, 20 dozen Monties get to chase you at the same time. It's so perfectly balanced. I love it when you get jump scared by the staff bots over and over and over again, but it doesn't actually kill you, so you're just pinned to run against the other animatronics until they actually kill you.
It's amazing when your game starts lagging so badly you can't even look around for no reason.
I just love how good the graphics are. They literally look like pixels spray painted on a wall.
It's
And
high
the
praise.
endings. The endings. Oh my gosh, let me tell you about the endings. I loved when William Afton came back. Only for it to be revealed. It's too painful.
What are you
No,
gonna tell me that he
can't
didn't
say it.
come back?
You can't say it.
Oh,
Child,
and
just
security breach.
live with the knowledge that
Gregory,
Spring Daddy's
who I
always
will
coming.
refer to as Greggles from now on, gets lost to the Pizzaplex for reasons
I'm gonna call
unknown.
him Gregley's.
At night.
So Greggles hides inside Freddy for reasons we don't know. And
Why would
Freddy
you even
ejects
think
him.
about that? Like, why did that even cross his mind?
Why,
What
what was
do you
bro
want us to
thinking?
do?
What was bro thinking?
Yeah, he's not you.
Bro was not him. Alright, so Freddy during a show malfunctions because he sees something. To not explain at all what, but something in the crowd of people causes him to malfunction off stage. So the events of Security Breach take place that night when Freddy finds out that he's had a kid inside his stomach the whole time. And he's like, "Where are your parents?" And then later in the game, he's like, "Gregory, I need you to touch my Freddy Faz nuts!"
No. No.
Faz Daddy is such a good guy. I love him.
Such a great role model too.
No, right? Best. He's also a
I
great
can tell you
driver.
take a lot after him.
So security breach happens. Freddy and Gregory try to like avoid the other animatronics because they're acting erratic.
And then they start
Their
murdering them all.
personalities
Cold
have
blood.
been amplified to a very mean-spirited degree. Because like usually, Roxy is programmed to be like competitive, but not like outright a bully. Monty is pretty much the same, except he turns more violent when
He's
Glitchtrap
just
takes
terrible
over.
either way.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about the Glamrock Bonnie mystery anytime soon?
Why is that a mystery?
It's not a
Because we
mystery, it
don't
was
know.
solved. Monty killed Bonnie because he was jealous and he wanted to be in the band. So he got to be in the band. I should actually put that on the timeline. It has to happen before the actual game series takes place. Monty kills Bonnie.
Imagine making a bunch of animatronics that are capable of killing each other just because they want to. Like, what sort of design flaw is that?
Who knows? Festival Entertainment is a freaky bunch.
What do you mean by that?
So
You know
this
what
has
we
to happen
mean.
here. So the Glitchtrap virus basically makes all the animatronics hostile and like very distasteful to guests and all that. So people start coming less and less. Monty kills Bonnie because apparently the animatronics have human emotions for some reason, even though none of them are possessed. So that's just feels so wrong to me. It's just
really confusing.
Yeah, because like the animatronics with actual human souls were just robots. Like they acted like robots, they talked like robots, they moved like robots. These guys move like humans in costumes. And not like the very loose-fitting costumes that you would see on mascots where you had like movement impairments because of like the size and the bulkiness. But like these guys actually move like people, like naked people. And it's crazy. Their joints are so well oiled. It's unbelievable.
I'm not gonna make a joke. I'm not
gonna
Shut
expand
up,
on that
Piper.
any further. You can't make me. So
No,
Monty
there's another joke in there. I
kills
can't
Bonnie,
do it. I can't do it.
and the events of FNAF Security Breach take place. So during that night, Freddy and Gregory stay away from the other animatronics because they're evil. Vanessa's also looking for them, but she only appears like in the game twice, so she really does not matter.
It's like Ganondorf in a Legend of Zelda game. You see him like once or twice.
Doesn't he appear in like every single game towards the finale? Like at the finale, like he is the finale?
Some games don't have him because he's either like not reincarnated or we're following a different timeline where Ganondorf isn't around. So
what kind of Zelda game doesn't have Ganondorf or Ganon?
Next video, the entirety. Next video, the entirety of Zelda.
I guess I could
name
a bunch of them that didn't have him, but I know Mimic Cap for sure. You don't want me talking about the Zelda timelines.
Not right now. Well, we can do that later.
No.
It could just be a me and you thing.
I've literally internally monologued to myself about the Zelda timelines for like 12 hours once. You don't want me to start yapping about that.
What if I want to hear you yapping?
I still want to understand it.
The Zelda timelines?
Yes.
What do you need to know? I'm pretty sure I explained it pretty well to you. Like, what are you missing?
I'm stupid, alright?
Can you tell me what the Triforce is?
I can.
I'm still lost, man.
Put your hand down, Alex. Can you tell us what the Triforce is? Cyber? Or do you want me to continue on this objectively much more interesting
can you hear me? Wait, can you hear me? The Triforce is, I don't actually know what the Triforce is.
I'm gonna bring up my Hyrule Historia right now.
Not right now.
I'm not going
busy.
I know the FNAF is more important. I know.
That's for another video, Alex.
Hush, no narrator. I know the FNAF is more important at the moment.
Daddy Afton beckons us.
Yeah,
beyond the grave.
Spring Daddy calls to us.
From the father of my Springtrap baby beckons. Okay, so FNAF Security Breach. At the end of the game, there are like 7 endings.
17,000 endings.
Why?
Because like Stillwell likes to do multiple endings, but like only have one of them be canon to lead into the next game.
We have no idea which one's the canon, do we? I
We do.
can't figure
We
it
do.
out. We do? I never really understood all of those endings, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it now. So basically, in 5 of the endings, it involves Gregory and Freddy escaping the Pizzaplex one way or another. The other 2, which were the only 2 considered
I've seen
candidates.
one of them's where like Freddy gets like ambushed and dies, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually one of them.
That one's wild.
Yeah, that's the Princess Quest ending. And that one was the canon one.
That's the canon one?
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen the other candidate for the true ending?
No.
Oh, does the name Burn Trap ring a bell?
No.
Okay, then you're fine.
Hey.
It's not canon anyway, so we don't have to talk about it.
He doesn't know about
those were
Grandpappy
2 candidates. The Burn Trap ending, like the whole community collectively agreed at one point that was the canon ending, but then like there was a debate for a little while which of the 2 was canon, Princess Quest or Burn Trap, but then like right before we settled for right before Ruin came out, I believe was the very next thing, or was it? No, it had to be Ruin. Yeah, right before Ruin came out, we pretty much unanimously agreed that the Burn Trap ending was the canon one, and we were gonna see William Afton come back.
If I'm being honest,
unfortunately, that was not the case.
that was like the last time I was really active in the community, so I was pretty sure that was the canon ending too. Things just got too confusing.
Is canon, and basically what that entails is that Vanessa is already freed from Vanny.
Let's go.
Which sucks because she could have been a very great antagonist. But no, we didn't. Hold on, we're gonna put that right between here.
My bad.
It's okay. We're not mad at you, we're mad
wrong.
at Steelwool. Cause like...
No, you should be mad at me.
Oh, I'm mad at both of you right now.
Don't kill me, Mr. Voldy.
Voldy?
Oh, wait.
I'm
I'm
like
actually dying.
Baldy, but like with this. But if he was like a heroin addict. Now it's time for everybody's favorite subject. Map.
This whole thing's been like 50% tomfoolery, 20% Spring Daddy jokes, and 30% of us talking about FNAF.
30% of us actually doing it.
So yeah, Benny's already technically gone. She could have been great, but she wasn't, because freaking good endings, I guess.
Yeah, who cares about any of those?
The Princess Quest ending is canon, so now we can move on to Ruin.
I think that if Ruin was, or I think if Security Breach was better made and not as glitchy, and it just went on for a little bit longer, so things could, a lot more things could have happened. And you know, we cut it down to 3 endings, maybe.
Takes place. So now we're introduced to a new character. Cassie is a friend of Gregory.
So what game's after this?
What?
Which game's next? Like, we just talked about Security Breach.
So,
what game's next?
Security Breach happens, but then it's DLC. It technically qualifies as like a different game. It is a DLC, but it is a separate event in the timeline, which takes place as technically the next game. So FNAF Ruin takes place. Cassie is a friend of Gregory.
I wouldn't have thought he had friends with a sadistic personality like he has.
Yeah, but apparently he is. Apparently he's just Gen Alpha. He's just a Gen Alpha kid.
I see it. I can see it.
He's just Isaiah.
That was very targeted, but honestly, I've kind of thought the same thing myself.
So the plot for this is that Gregory is trapped in the Pizzaplex.
Again?
Gosh. Yeah. Even after escaping in the Princess Quest ending. Because in the Princess Quest ending, Freddy's head, and Vanessa all walk out of the building together and get ice cream. They're all friends now.
So wholesome.
So Gregory's dragged back into Pizzaplex and beckons his love
No. We shipping them. His fried chicken. He back.
Am I wrong for wanting to ship small children together?
Yes!
Am I wrong for
My Hero
imagining a
community?
relationship between a very young boy and a very young girl? Am I wrong?
Yes!
My Hero community, where you at?
Hero community.
I say this liking My Hero. No hate.
Alright. Unfortunately for Gregory, Cassie's a bit of a bit.
I mean, is he wrong?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Oh yeah, he's not wrong.
A mimic! I'm gonna put the Mr. B side. A mimic!
I feel like we need to play the clip. It's a classic.
Mimic!
It's absolute
So
classic.
there's your introduction to the Mimic. The Mimic is basically FNAF's next antagonist. The next big
What?
bad.
Where'd he come from?
We don't know yet. We're gonna find out in the next FNAF game, Secret of the Mimic. That's gonna come out in 2025, I believe. So yeah, we don't actually know yet. Our guess is that the Mimic was part of the original FNAF gang with Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. That he worked directly with Henry and William Afton. The Mimic basically copied William Afton and is now acting as, like, William Afton from beyond the grave, technically. So he does technically always come back.
It's just it's not him.
It's not him anymore. So canonically, William Afton does not always come back. He died in FNAF 6. Actually, he probably died way before then, but we don't know the details. So he doesn't come back. He is, like, literally in hell, probably burning for all eternity right now. So not even Ultimate Custom 90s canon, so don't even worry about all that junk. Everybody's dead. Nobody from the original series lives on anymore because it's like the whole reboot with a Star Wars the sequel series. Like, every character had to be killed on screen, and then Rey took the name of Skywalker. It just feels like a massive punch in the nuts. It's so bad. Feels like giving birth, but, like, without any of the miracle of life. It's awful. I hate it so much.
How do you know what that feels like?
Hate's a strong word, don't ask. Hate's a strong word. The Mimic could actually work. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the Mimic, but I'm still so disappointed that William Afton isn't here anymore.
I just
He doesn't come back.
I'm so sad that, like, none of the original characters could still be here, because I really wanted to, like, see more of them. Because we really didn't see a lot in the games themselves. And then to have all the games be chalked up to, they're just fabrications of a madman! It's just... why?
No, I have a good, like...
He had a perfect story. And he just turned it all into a story within a story. I don't know
feels
what was
like
going through his head.
Like, it's all a dream sort of explanation. Like,
It's worse than a dream theory. It's
happened.
worse than a dream.
Anyway.
Go on.
My dad asked me to hop off by 11:30.
No
tonight.
way!
We just got through, like, a bunch of...
Nah, we still have a lot to talk about. You're not going anywhere. Not until we
Tomorrow
add
night,
one
then?
more sticky note. We gotta add one more sticky note.
One more? Okay, go ahead.
It's just gonna say your mom. No, even better, your sister.
So, Cassie finds Gregory. It's the Mimic. No surprise. Finds Gregory. Mimic attacks her. Somebody. She tries to escape. But the elevator line is cut. And that's basically how Ruin ends. Like, Gregory, the real Gregory talks to her, saying, like, Cassie, you dumb mother flipper. That wasn't me. I'm not trapped in the Pizzaplex. What are you doing down there? She's like, Gregory, I
Wait,
love
hold
you
on.
so
Wait.
much. I want you to be the father of my kids. And then he's like, now's not the time for that. The mimic is chasing you. And then the mimic does. She
Wait, hold on.
manages to find an elevator to escape. She manages to barely avoid the mimic. His arm
When
gets
you said
chopped off trying to catch her. But then Gregory, the real Gregory, chimes in. He's like, we can't risk being followed. So he cuts the line, and the elevator falls. Cassie probably dies, and that's the end of
He's so
Ruin.
bloodthirsty.
So
anyway,
real for
so
that, by the way. He's so real for
Yeah.
that. He doesn't
So-
need women.
did you
Me
say
for
the
real.
F word?
No. I
Okay,
said father.
I was wondering. Oh, because was
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the last time I said the N word either.
The Discord died on me.
Oh, that's really crunchy audio.
I can practically taste the crispness and the sweet, salty flavor.
Sweets. No, I'm not gonna question it. Don't question it.
Alright, so there's our last sneaky note, the end of Ruin. Next time we'll talk about Help 1 and 2. We'll talk about some theories. We'll add a few extra notes here and there.
and then we're gonna talk about Fazbear Fright.
Book series, yeah! Except I haven't read all the books, so I don't know which ones happened first. We're just gonna list them all, talk about them, and then just like guess.
I don't really think most of them matter in a timeline-wise.
Yeah,
Well,
because most
the
of
only
them take
ones that
place
really
in their
matter.
own separate universe, I think. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it right now. You can just go ahead and leave. We'll call for tonight.
You know, honestly, as far as the Fazbear Frights books are concerned, the only ones that we should be worried about chronologically are the ones that connect to the Stitch Wraith epilogues.
I suppose so.
Because other than that, we don't really have any times. I guess we have like a sort of time frame for books like Into the Pit.
Well,
But-
yeah, we can like make educated guesses based on evidence given to us because in Into the Pit, we know, at least in the game, we know that Toy Bonnie has to have existed, the Trash in the Gang has existed, and DJ Music Man existed. So my guess is that it happens during or like after the events of Security Breach. And then he goes all the way back in 1985, and of course, that's like towards the very beginning of everything. But that's technically not the real event, it's just the memories.
Yeah, I'll try and read some more by the time we talk about Fazbear Frights. I just finished the graphic novel for Sergio's, or how are you supposed to pronounce it, Lucky Day. It did not disappoint. Sometimes they censored the violence and stuff, so I was a little worried, but the ending did not disappoint. But I did have to read Room for One More in graphic novel
Oh my
form.
gosh.
I'm so scarred. I'm so... It's too much. I did not want to see mini-arenas crawling around inside of a guy. Did not ask for that this morning. Or, well, I guess it was last week when I read it. I'll never be the same. Well, if there's not any other FNAF things you want to discuss, I should probably go read my psychology and chemistry books.
Wouldn't you rather catch up on the Five Nights at Freddy's books?
I mean...
Would you rather finish that graphic novel you were just talking to me about? Or did you actually finish it?
Right now I'm on the last one of this particular volume, which is The Cliffs, so... Now I have to wait till like a month later, because I think that's when the next volume of the graphic novel series is coming out. Of course I'm gonna buy some of the non-graphic novel ones, except I'm gonna avoid the volume of Fazbear Frights that has In the Flesh, because I'd rather not. I don't want that on my Kindle.
I understand.
Imagine out of all the things I read, my parents find that one part of the
You
book.
better find In the Flesh.
No, that's the one
I can
part
just
they
imagine
find
your
out of
mom
everything.
knocking on your door going, Sweetie, what the fuck is a baby spring trap?
I'd be so cooked, no. take away my eating privileges for a week.
We can't risk you getting pregnant
No,
with a robot.
you're not allowed to play FNAF games anymore, especially the VR ones.
Oh no.
I was never going to anyways because you know I'm a coward. I could not handle
Yeah.
I couldn't handle the moments when you have to go and fix animatronics in those mini
Oh
games.
yeah, the parts and service ones.
I would not. I would actually die probably. Like you just hear me stop talking and be like, "Alex, you okay? You okay?" And then later you'd hear someone on the call finding my body. The heart attack would have gotten to me. Plus, jump scares in VR are nasty. Like,
They don't look that bad.
some of them aren't bad, but then some of them are absolutely terrible.
I would actually unironically want to play the Five Nights at Freddy's games in virtual reality. How do I save this?
I would offer to buy the games and let you come over and play them on my headset, but VR headsets are kind of a you don't really want to share them with people thing, since you play them and then like they get really sweaty and crusty. Like, I would not
How do I
feel.
save this?
It would not feel
Uncharted?
right letting someone touch.
Oh my
that.
gosh, can I not? Hold on, is this a file? Does it say
Here,
there's a
just-
file?
You can share it if you can't save it, and then we can always just click that.
FNAF
Come back.
lore, we're looking at modern timeline. We're gonna change.
Oh, my headset.
Well, I clicked on it and it said save. Saved. I'm gonna
Yeah,
upload
honestly,
a picture. I'm gonna upload a picture.
Like the modern timeline stuff, it kind of feels like
I'm so
Breath
glad
of
you
the
can't
Wild.
see that.
You know, I know better than to ask or be worried.
Yep. You
Um,
know me. You know I'm a super innocent, gentle soul. You know
Yeah.
there's nothing to worry about.
the most wholesome man ever laid
The
eyes on.
absolute most wholesome. So why just click
That's
on
why
this?
we said the word daddy 4,000 times in this call today.
Right?
It's so wholesome.